Mauricio Interiano here again, and I'm not alone. I am joined, I have the distinct pleasure to have an interview with our CEO, Susan Zambonin. And thank you very much, Sue, for making time to talk to me and talk here at the radio show at Trend Radio at Habitat for Humanity, Peterborough and Kawartha Region show at 92.7 FM here in Peterborough. So how long have you been involved with Habitat for Humanity?
I've been involved with Habitat for 19 years. I first got involved when I lived in Prince Edward Island, and then when I moved back to Ontario, I became the CEO in Kingston, and then moved to Peterborough.
Wow, so you have a lot of experience not only in this habitat, in this local affiliate, but around here in Canada. And I think you're the right person to ask this question, but there's a lot of myths and misconceptions of what Habitat for Humanity is. So for those who are listening, and some people have a vague idea of what it is, and some people know a lot about it, but can you explain what Habitat does and how it works?
I think the biggest myth is that Habitat gives houses away for free. And that's not what we do. What we do is we serve a small portion of the community. We don't do social housing, and we don't do market housing. So we're that small band that you would consider affordable housing. And affordable home ownership is actually where the space that we live in. So I think that's the biggest misconception. What I like the most about Habitat is the fact that it's a pay-it-forward program. Our homeowners, when they make their mortgage payments, that money is used to reinvest into building more homes. And that is something that people don't understand and is a misconception.
No, exactly. And I think I remember my manager one time said, Habitat for Humanity, it's a really well-known brand, but it's not known well, So, so it's really important to just clarify or know how it really works. And I know that another thing that some people are not really familiar with is the restores. Sometimes they think that it's completely different from Habitat. And I'm using more of the language of Habitat restores to make that connection. But can you tell us more about Habitat restores, what they are, where are they here in Peterborough and Lindsay, and how they are supporting Habitats for Humanity's mission here in Peterborough and the Kawartha region?
Yeah, I think one of the misconceptions with the Restore, if people know that the Restore is a Habitat social enterprise, what they think is that it can only be used by Habitat homeowners to come in and get discounted items. And it's not. It's actually open to the public. We accept donations of new and gently used items, whether they are household items like furniture, appliances, or building materials and things like that. What we do is we take those items and we sell them at a discounted rate, but we try to get as much money for them as we can, because that's what we use to pay for our overhead. So that when someone makes a donation to Habitat, then a financial donation, then all that money can go towards the cost of building homes and housing families. And so we have 3 restores, one at Peterborough North at 300 Milroy Drive, one at Peterborough South, which is 550 Braidwood, and then one in Lindsay, which is 55 Angeline Street.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And yeah, we were lucky to have different ones, and we served the Peterborough and the Kawartha region. It's important for us not only to have him in Peterborough, but I was recently in the Lindsay doing my cross-training, and it's huge, it's good to have Habitat also, the Habitat restores also around our region. And so Habitat is turning 20 years this year, and we recently had a celebration, and it was amazing to just see what Habitat has done in this past, and also celebrate what's coming forward. What are some personal highlights of these 20 years, or just in general with Habitat, and in what way the affiliate has grown during these years?
I think the reason I got involved with Habitat was because it was a small grassroots organization, right? We built one house at a time with volunteers, and I just love that. But what I love about what's changed is that in order for us to serve more families that really need affordable housing, we've had to get bigger. And each of the affiliates that I've been involved with are scaling up and doing bigger projects. And so that's why our 41-unit condo that we built on Leahy's Lane was so, just such a big deal for us, right? We're able to help 41 families and double our impact over a year and a half period compared to, 5 houses in a year. And so that is what really is a personal highlight for me, just being able to serve more families and do what we want to do.
Exactly. It's our mission, it's our goal, it's to serve more families here in Peterborough and the Kawartha region. And again, in what ways or do you want, or in what ways the affiliate is growing in the future?
So I think the idea of doing more big projects, not just a duplex at a time, 6 units or 10 or 20, 40, that's how we want to change and how we want to grow to be able to help more families.
Exactly. And it's good that we already have that experience, of 41 units in Leahy's Lane, and then we can move forward and with more confidence and with the support of our donors and other supporters, because they know that we're able to achieve these plans. Now, on our previous week, I had the chance to interview our housing program manager, and she was explaining a little bit about our new mortgage model that I think was really unique and really exciting, because it will allow us to serve more families here in Peterborough. Now, can you expand a little bit more on that new mortgage model and how it can help us serve more families here?
So our classic mortgage model was no down payment, and Habitat held the mortgage for the full value, which meant that we were getting back a payment once a month for 20, 25, 30 years. So we were only able to build as much as that income would allow. With our new mortgage model, which is a partnership with a financial institution who will provide a first mortgage for whatever the homeowner qualifies for, and then Habitat will hold a second mortgage for the balance that they're not making any payments on until they are able to pay off the first mortgage. That allows us to get a lump sum payment in, which means that we're not waiting 20 or 25 years for that first mortgage, which means we're able to take that money now and build more homes now. And that's what we need, right? We need to be able to be serving more families now as opposed to in the future.
Exactly correct, and it's great that we are innovating in other ways. Some people are pioneers on building different type of constructions, or but it's also important to also see how the mortgage model is and in what ways we can improve it. And it's exciting to know that a lot of new things are coming our way. But if someone wants to get involved with Habitat, and this is like a call to everyone who's listening, if they want to get involved, if they want to donate, or they want to volunteer, or if they just want to make an impact in their community, what would you, Sue, recommend they do?
There's a lot of things that you could do to volunteer or to help us. I'd say first, volunteer. Come out and volunteer at the Restore. When we have a build going on, come out and volunteer at the build. And you can also come and volunteer, sign up to be part of our salvage team, and you could help that way. You can donate, because we always need money to cover the cost of construction. But also you could advocate for us in the community for what we do. Make sure that when you talk about Habitat, people understand that we don't give houses away. So there's a cost. We have to raise the money to build them. And it's also an opportunity to explain so that potential homeowners understand they're not being given anything for free. They're actually working hard for it, and it's not a charity. It's a hand up, and that's what homeowners like about it, because they don't want to be seen as receiving charity. They want to be a partner in this whole process. So I think those are all ways that the listeners could help us. And with the coming elections, advocate for affordable housing. Talk to everyone that's running for the municipal government and mayors and reeves or whichever it is in your riding, to tell them that affordable housing and affordable home ownership is important, and that Habitat is a great way to support that.
Thank you so very much, Sue. That was a clear message, and yeah, I mean, we see in the news right now our vacancy rate in Peterborough is 1%. Prices of houses are skyrocketing, and it is an important issue, and the work that we do is thanks to everyone who volunteer to get involved, who donate. So yeah, Sue just said it, guys. If you want to get involved with Habitat, feel free to visit our website. That's habitatpkr.ca. We're also on Instagram. We're also on Facebook. We also are on LinkedIn. Or come to our office and visit our resource and get involved. And every action that you take really matters. So now, more specifically, what's coming next? What builds are coming next to Habitat for Humanity, Peterborough and Kawartha region?
Well, we had some land donated for a build in Fraserville, so that's exciting. It'll be the first one out in the county for a number of years, and it's actually going to be constructed with a new type of construction technology called 3D. There's a new company in Peterborough called Cormor Inc. that we're partnering with. This new type of construction will help us to build faster, less expensive, and sustainable construction. So we're really excited about that. We also have some land that's being donated by the City of Kawartha Lakes in Omemee, so there will be the potential for 3 to 4 homes there. Still working through some things with that. That probably will start construction next year. We have 12 more condo units for Phase 2 of Leahy's Lane coming up. And we're also looking at some land in Haliburton Highlands because we want to be able to serve our whole area. And so we have not built in the Haliburton Highlands yet, but there may be something that we might be able to do out there. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you, Sue. It's really exciting. It's a lot. We just finished the 41 unit condo, and there's a lot more coming. And it's fascinating to hear that we're innovating in our mortgage model. Again, repeating myself, and also like the way of construction. Habitat Restores. It's an environmentally friendly decision because we are taking we're giving items a second life, and even if we move these values to our construction with the 3D system, we're on the same line. So thank you very much for that. It's really exciting. And again, everyone, if you want to get involved with Habitat for Humanity, Peterborough and Kawartha region, give us a call, visit our website. We're on social media, learn more about Habitat, learn more about our Habitat Restores, and get involved and make an impact in your community. Thank you very much for all of your information. So I'm going to move into been asking this question to everyone to just get a little bit more of a personal perspective of our staff here. But how does a typical day looks for Habitat CEO here in Peterborough and Kawartha region?
Well, I'd say there is no typical day. I'd like to think that there is, but you come to work with a plan of what you want to get done, and then all kinds of things happen throughout the day. So I try to spend a fair amount of my time looking at things, looking forward, thinking of things for the future. So looking for land, looking for partnerships, talking to municipalities about how they can help us. So that's my goal. It doesn't happen every day, or it doesn't happen as much as I would like, because there's also the management of the overall organization on a day-to-day basis. So, lots of financial things to look at and HR things and things like that. But it's exciting because really, in the end, what we're doing is we're helping families to find affordable home ownership, and most of the homeowners that are selected will say to us, I never thought that I could become a homeowner. So that's the nice part of a typical day.
Exactly. No, I know. I mean, it's a responsibility. It's also knowing that you have the power of making change, and it's really important to, like you said, look at the future, look in what ways we can change, and we're doing it. And I think you touched a little bit on this, but what's your favorite thing about working at Habitat? In, like you said, you have not only worked here at Peterborough and Kawartha region, it's also in another affiliate in Canada, so it seems like you like Habitat. So what is your favorite thing about working for Habitat?
Really, well, I think the dedication, right? Because that's the day that the homeowner, everything's finalized, and the homeowners either get the keys or it's the ceremony, and it's exciting because the homeowners are excited that the time has arrived. They've worked hard. They've done their 500 hours of sweat equity. The home has been constructed, and now it's going to become theirs. And I think that is my favorite part. I cry at every dedication because it's what it's all about.
Exactly. So thank you very much. And I recently joined the Habitat for Humanity Peterborough and Kawartha regions team, and on the second month, I got to see a dedication, so I share and I know that feeling. Now, these are all of my questions. So, is there anything else you want to tell our listeners right now? Again, you're listening at 92.7 FM Trent Radio, and yes, just a last message to everyone who's listening.
I think the last message would be to talk to your all the people that are running for council in your area, and tell them how important affordable housing is and how important Habitat is to affordable housing in our area.
Thank you so very much, Sue.